riding with me. See, I got my shirt on. It says I don't know if you can see it. I think it says Melanin Goddess. But I'm where I was going. Gotta get my hair did. It's been 3 weeks. Need it washed and braided and so forth. But I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all for your support. I will be coming back at some point. As I mentioned, if you saw the Friday broadcast at the end, I talked about a fund that I want to initiate and start for our Grand Sheik. You all know he's getting up in age, and he recently was ill for about a couple of weeks, and it took its toll on him. And if you've seen recent videos, you can kind of see a difference in him, what he looks like. But and I want to give a shout out to Michael Jordan, not the basketball player, but of Jordan Cell Food, who gave me a call because he had seen a video of Grand Sheik, and I think he felt like, you know, he probably needs some vitamins and herbs, and he shipped a boatload of herbs, which we received yesterday for Grand Sheik, and some from me too. Jordan Cell Foods, very professionally packaged and so forth, and he follows a lot of them, Dr. Sabi's formulas, a lot of his types of formulations. So I appreciate that. But what I was saying is, we want to do a fund because we have to maintain our treasure, our international treasure, Grand Sheik. You know, he works those other jobs, the building and fixing people's houses, because he has to. He likes doing it, don't get me wrong, but his body is telling him he needs to slow down. And you know, there is nothing in place for him to slow down, and we want to preserve him. So I will be soon putting that. Sister Tamara and I and some others are going to work on putting together that fund, and you know, so we can administer for him, so that he will be taken care of, you know, for as long as he wants to be here. Because I think when people are of his caliber, we make a decision to stay or leave. And what I mean, in this plane, if you will, of this dimension, and we want him to stay. We want him to stay in comfort. We want him to stay here in peace, and we don't want him to have to go out and do something with aches and pains and so forth in his body. So, with that, I bid you adieu. Every last one of you. I even see my son, my oldest son Dion, is on there watching. I hope you get something from this. The hardest people sometimes for you to, you know, convince about the truth about who they are and what they ought to be doing are your own family. But you all, most of you on here, you know what time it is, you know what's up, and you are on that path of right knowledge and correct and status. And you know, the more of us, it's going to take more of us Moors awake to make things change. There's something called, and I'm late going in here, but there's something called quantum entanglement. When all of us, and when many of us, you know, maybe stop praying because we came out to church, and there's no need to stop praying. It's like, who you praying to? That's the issue. But when you send up prayers, or when we all are focusing intently on the same thing for something to change and happen, there's a reach of quantum entanglements. The same thing with the 100 monkey theory. But that's when all of that stuff hits an apex, and boom, it makes something happen. So we can make things happen when we get on one accord. We gotta, you know, really operate from that love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. We have to stop being, you know, catty and negative to one another, whether the Moor is conscious or not, you know. And I know that, you know, some Moors don't know they Moors, but that doesn't make them not Moors. So we've got to be the ones that, and I'm not calling people to turn the other cheek, because I'll be the first one sometime to go, which one, these or that, depending on what you do to me. But I mean that we have to be the change that we want to see. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Probably won't get on going back because the traffic is a lot more hectic when I go back than when I came. And this is for me like a little, once I leave from getting my hair done, I have a trip that I take a little further down, and then I head back up. So I may be, you know, 5 or 6 o'clock in the dark driving back. But just know that I love you, and I'm going to be moving my little videos over to my, it's right now it's called Dr. Nailah, I think, Bakari Gilliam on Facebook. I have my own page that's more of a, I guess you call it not a fan page, but it's more like the House of Reawakening Minds page, where I can start to put videos and things that will stay there instead of you have to find them down through a feed. I'm going to, those of you who find me under that Dr. Nailah Bakari Gilliam, if you like my page, I'm going to start broadcasting from that instead of this page, probably, because I want things to be things that I need to keep. I want them to stay in a place where they'll be easily found. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Tarik. Thank you, everyone, all those love things. Who handles the process in the Midwest? I'm in the Michigan territory. I'm not sure, but I think More King KG, when I talked about the Moorish American Consulate, MOORISH American CONSULATE.org. Check with them, because there are regions throughout the whole, Amexum. I think they're currently on their way to a conference in Florida. So, hey, check out the consulate. A lot of information there, a lot of free work. There's an excellent trust document that you can download into Word. Those of you who need to get your trust done, an excellent trust document. You can download your proclamation and judicial notice papers. You can get your identification, your Moorish card, and so you can get all of that there, as well as others. Like I said, there's some people that want us to think that the only place you can get it is here or there. I'm telling you that there are other places, and some of them don't even. The Moorish American Consulate operates, most of what they do without cost. Of course, they do need donations, and there might be a donation requested here, or it may be a small fee to print a card, but things that you pay a lot more otherwise, you can get through the Moorish American Consulate, and they're constantly updating and adding new information. I was just told there's a new document, a 200 and some plus page document for Moors, new coming into the knowledge, that one can get by taking a Tuesday night class that they have. So every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, the Moorish American Consulate has a class that, if you attend this class, there's a booklet that you can get to download, and it will help you through many of the processes that you now are searching around or calling me or others to get, and you getting at without having to put out any finances for it. So we are appreciative of the changes that are coming about, and any part that we can play in getting that information out to the masses, then so be it. Again, it's MoorishamericanConsulate.org. It's riseofthemoors.org, readmoreaboutit.com, and I know there are others, but these are some of the main ones that we are in touch with, as well as Moorish Science with GSK Daria Bay. .com. So there's information out there beyond what we think is the quintessential and one and only source. There's others. There's a Moorish directory out there. I'm not sure what that actual URL is, but like I said, they've been around for a while doing what they've done. So do what they do. So we need to start checking out these resources and then sharing this information with others who are coming into this knowledge. Again, like I said, I appreciate you all. Brother Tony Suggs, I see he's watching, and he's doing a great work of putting out information for the head, for the heart, to get us to a place where we begin to think. And I appreciate him. I follow him. I only wish that I could share his post, because it doesn't have a share feature. But I appreciate everything that he does, and the thousands and thousands of people that follow him. I know appreciate that. So thank you again for indulging me on my trip, and we'll talk again soon. Peace, Islam, Hotep.